This is Don Murray. I'm a partner in the criminal defense law firm Shalley and Murray. So you've got a pink summons while you were in New York City. Now what? You probably have some questions. What I hope to do now is to help you understand just what it is you're dealing with and how a criminal defense lawyer from Shalley and Murray can help you. First of all, you have two choices generally when you are given a pink summons. Of course, the first option is to challenge the accusations and insist on a trial. Perhaps you don't feel like you should have been given a ticket and you're upset about it. That a trial is what you were looking for. Shalley and Murray can help you. As a criminal defense law firm for more than 20 years in New York City, we've tried quite a number of criminal cases, including very serious felony cases. We can handle a pink summons trial. Your second option is to try to settle it and be done with it like you might a speeding ticket. Frankly, most people who are given pink summonses fall into this category. They simply just want to settle it as long as they can settle it in a way that makes some kind of sense. Shalley and Murray can help with this too. But let's take each choice one at a time and look at it more closely, starting with trial. Let's say you feel like you shouldn't have gotten the summons that was given to you and you want to have your day in court. You need to understand a few practical realities about this path. First, trial means needing to appear personally. If you want to have your day in court, you are going to need to participate in that day. Second, you may need to appear personally on more than one date. You have to realize that the date that's printed on your summons is not your trial date. That's simply the first date of potentially many on which you must appear to state your intentions with the case. If you want to have a trial, then the judge will give you a new date to return to court in the future ready for trial. If the police officer is unable to make it on the first date set for trial, it's possible the judge will give him another chance to appear and then give you another date to appear. Do not appear on your first date with all your witnesses and evidence as if you are expecting the judge to hear the justness of your cause that day. Third, trials, even so-called simple trials, in truth require significant preparation and understanding of the law in order to be done properly and hopefully get the best possible result. A trial is a highly formal proceeding governed by rules of law about evidence, the offenses themselves, and criminal procedure. Unless you are a lawyer, you are not familiar with these laws, nor are you skilled in cross-examination of witnesses or making presentations to judges. Realize the person who will decide your case will be a judge with many years' experience. Judges are used to listening to legal arguments and therefore are generally going to respond to legal arguments better than they will respond to informal arguments made by someone who does not understand the legal issues involved. It just plain stands to reason that if you want to be successful at a trial where a judge is going to decide your fate, that you would want some help with that trial from a lawyer who can speak the language of the law with the judge. So if you are even thinking about wanting a trial on your pink summons, you should be thinking about getting a lawyer to help you. Fourth, a trial is going to be more expensive than a negotiated settlement. This is simply a fact of life in the world. The more time and complication involved in a job, any job, the more expensive it is to get that job done. This is not an issue unique to lawyers. If you call a plumber to fix your leaky faucet that needs a new washer, you'd expect that to be far less expensive than bringing a plumber in to rebuild the plumbing in an entire bathroom. Finally, trial involves some risk. Unfortunately, In the world in which we live, the truth does not always win out in the end, and lies do not burst into flames on people's mouths while they testify. Therefore, no matter how good your case is, you must accept the possibility that taking the case to trial does involve risk. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to trial if that's what you want, but you do need to understand the risk involved. Faced with these considerations, many people simply say, "Can't I just pay a fine and be done with it?" Many people just want to settle these cases and move on. This is possible, but there's good news and there's bad news. First, the good news. The good news is that you probably aren't going to end up here. That's right. A pink summons matter is not likely to end up putting you in jail. You're not likely to be dragged off in chains to Rikers Island as the result of anything that ever happens with a pink summons case. But now the bad news. You probably aren't going to be able to mail it in and take care of it like you might a traffic ticket or parking ticket. The rules don't currently permit that, except in some cases with drinking in public and urinating in public cases sometimes. And you aren't going to be able to pay a pink summons online either. It's possible that may change in the future, but for the time being you just can't. This creates a problem. A court appearance is required. So, live out of town? Is it difficult to get off of work? Is it difficult to take time off of school? Are you supposed to be away on business on the date of your appearance? Well, you now have a bit of a problem. Some people might then ask, well, what if I just ignore it? I'm just going to crumple up and throw the stupid thing away. What's the big deal? Well, remember that part about not going to jail for a pink summons? Well, if you don't respond to the summons, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and that makes spending some time in custody over the pink summons a distinct possibility. So ignoring it is a bad idea. It's actually a very bad idea. So how can you solve this problem? One way to solve the problem is to appear yourself on the day of the summons. You live out of town? Well, you're going to have to travel to New York City. Are you employed? You're going to have to tell your boss you need to take the day off to go to court to deal with a pink summons. Are you in school? You're going to need to be absent from class and go to court to deal with the pink summons. You have a business trip planned? You have to tell your boss you can't go because you've got a pink summons and you have to go to court. Now, if none of those seem like a very attractive alternative, you can hire a criminal defense lawyer from Shalley and Murray. In most cases, we can send a lawyer over to appear for you and to resolve the case for you. You won't have to travel back to New York City to deal with the pink summons. You can go to work. You can go to school. You can take that business trip. But you might have another problem. Maybe you're worried that the charges in the pink summons are more serious than you first thought. Unfortunately, you might be right. Many pink summonses charge misdemeanor offenses, which could give you a criminal record if you were found guilty of what you're charged with. For those people who are not United States citizens, there may be potential issues for immigration that ought to be considered before resolving these cases. Others may be concerned about background checks in the future and what could be revealed, making the outcome of the pink ticket that much more important. For those with these sorts of concerns, hiring an attorney from Shalley and Murray can help. You'll have an experienced criminal defense lawyer handling your case, someone who knows his way around the courtroom and can spot legal issues you may not. You'll have the enhanced likelihood of getting the best possible result because of the involvement of a professional who understands the law and the system. Hiring a lawyer from Shalley and Murray will also provide a level of comfort and convenience. You'll have the fee agreement and authorization package usually in your hands within an hour of speaking to an attorney. The package of materials will be emailed to you with instructions on how to fill it out. Once we have the materials returned from you, we will take care of everything. If there's a fine, we can even take care of that for you. You can just reimburse us afterwards. If you'd like us to obtain a certificate of disposition, which is official proof of the outcome of the case, we can do that too. We will contact you from court when your case is resolved. In most cases, you will never have to set foot in the courthouse. Of course, the question then comes as to how much is this going to cost? Well, the answer is surprisingly affordable. Most cases will be a flat fee of $375. Corporate summons matters and last-minute cases where we're contacted within 24 hours of the appearance date could be more. The $375 price includes the appearance, negotiation, settlement, fine payment, and if you choose, the obtaining of a certificate of disposition from the clerk. The clerk charges an extra $10 for that. The $375 price does not include a trial. A trial fee will need to be negotiated separately and would be based on the nature of the defense and the time required to properly prepare and conduct the trial. We accept all major credit cards. In most cases, the transaction can be done entirely by telephone and email. Call Shalley and Murray at 718-268-2171 to have a lawyer help you get the best possible outcome on your pink summons. You'll have the comfort of knowing your case is being handled by an experienced criminal defense lawyer, and you'll have the convenience in most cases of not needing to spend a day waiting in court on a pink summons. Call 718-268-2171. That's 718-268-2171.